Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Nivedita, and I welcome you all in today's session. This is the first class for the online mode, and we are going to discuss on the personality part. And the topic of today's discussion is the personality development, the components of a persona. And we are very lucky and privileged to have Madam Ritu Jan with us, and she is a seasoned no, resource person when it comes to personality development program. Currently, she is associate professor in D School of Business of Pearl Academy. She is dynamic and result-driven individual with almost 2 decades of work experience in academics and industry with brands like Shahi Export House, The Home Store, Big Joe's, and Reininger, Germany. Her competencies include teaching, mentoring, curriculum development, conducting workshops, training, and consulting. Currently, she is pursuing PhD in management and completed her MBA in marketing and PG in fashion retail management. Her forte lies in retail merchandising and buying, retail strategy, vendor management, and retail marketing. She has also studied advanced digital marketing as a constant endeavor to upgrade her knowledge and skill. A warm welcome, madam. And we have this BGMC students with us. They are freshers, and this is first session on personal development. We welcome you here, madam. Thank you so much. And with this, now I hand over the platform to you for your deliberation. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words and a very warm welcome. I welcome all dear students. So before the presentation gets uploaded, I would like to ask a question from the audience, and you can use the chat box for interactions, right, that we'll have. My first question to you is, what is your understanding of the word personality? You can type it in the chat box so that I know what you already know, what's in your mind.
Yeah, hello ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, I was saying that personality is something that gives an insight of what the person is actually about.
All right, an insight about the person. Thank you. Okay, I can see certain responses, something which defines the persona of one. That's what Sheetal is writing. Rohit says is the physical. Okay, it's going very fast. Physical appearance, outcome of wisdom. Okay, characteristics. Great. Wow. You are being very, very quick to respond. I appreciate that. So let's proceed. Whatever you all have written is absolutely correct, bang on. These are nothing but the characteristics of the person. So I would like to break the word personality into two words, person and ability. So it's an individual ability of a person, right? We'll talk more about the abilities or the characteristics or the qualities or the attributes of a person very soon when we define it more clearly. So let's proceed. Before that, I'm just trying to make the presentation in the full view. I hope you all can see my slides very clearly.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for confirming. So personality development is not just about the physical appearance. It's not just about the looks or the physical attributes of a person. Most of the people, they mistake personality with just or limit personality development just to the physical attributes or the appearance of a person. And that's not what all is personality development about, right? So let's understand what is it then. It's actually characteristics of a person. When I say character, it means the makeup or a persona of a person, the qualities of a person, plus the behavioral characteristics, how a person behaves, what the person's attitude is towards the life. So in totality, or holistically, if we look at personality, it includes these three components: character, attitude, as well as the behavioral traits. So in short, personality is how the world sees you, your public image, or your own brand image. We have to believe that each one of us is a brand. It's just that you have to make your values, your beliefs, your thought process aware. You have to enhance the awareness about you as a brand. When I say that, the other people should get to know about the talent, the skills, the qualities or characteristics which you have, right? So in a way, it's about branding yourself also, your own personal brand. Now, what all goes into personality development? What all components you think personality development has? Any idea? Besides those three components which I just shared, that is your attitude towards the life, your character, and your behavioral traits or characteristics. So,
Ma'am, body
if I
language.
yes, very good. Body language. And body language is a part of communication skills, how you express yourself. Because every individual wants to express themselves, right? But the expression part has to be very clear, concise, such that the message is sent across very, very clearly without any confusion, right? So, yes, correct. Body language is one part
Sense
of
of
it.
wearing clothes.
Uh, okay, your sense of wearing clothes. Yes. So how do you style up? How do you wear clothes? Right? Your choice of style or your choice of colors that you wear, the choice of fabrics that you pick up as per your body type. Because many of us may not be aware of our body type and we don't select clothes according to our body. So we'll talk more about it in a little while. Anything else? Yes. Would you
Ma'am,
say
presence of mind.
self-awareness?
Way of communication. Ma'am, way of communicating.
Yeah, so that will be part of communication skills. So the choice of words which you use, the tone of your communication, the voice modulation, your facial expressions, right? Your hand gestures, like the way I'm doing right now, all this is part of communication. Because when I talk of communication, I'm also connoting in a way to the body language. So absolutely correct. Uh, so people are
Ma'am,
writing.
presence of mind.
Yes, very good. Having the presence of mind, being alert
Boldness.
about what's going on in the environment, right? And for that, one needs to read a lot. One needs to be updated with whatever changes are happening in the environment and how it can affect us and the society. So it's good to read about varied topics besides just what you are interested in, just to have an overall idea. And whenever you get into a conversation with somebody who is a stranger to you, right? You're meeting a person for the first time. So it's a very good way to connect or set up a link with the other person when you start with something which is a general awareness topic, yeah, or your hobbies for that matter. Yes, anybody else?
Ma'am, leadership qualities.
Yes, leadership qualities. So any kind of quality or characteristics, right? Be it leadership or be it managerial qualities, that will be part of your personality development.
Personal adequate.
Yes, personal etiquettes. Now, when I say personality development, yes, that includes your mannerism, your etiquettes also. Absolutely correct. The aura you hold, as Sheetal is writing. So let's proceed. So as you can see, the personality development is basically the pattern of behavior that you show, right? And this pattern of behavior which you have is very distinctive or unique to you. So every person has a distinct personality because they have a distinct pattern of behavior in certain situation. The way I will behave in a particular situation may not be the same the other person will behave. So how I take the situations which come in my life also is part of your behavior, which is again a part of your personality development, right? We'll learn more about the attributes more specifically on this slide. I think one of you wrote self-awareness. So that too is part of personality development. Now, another thing which I want to introduce to you, these two words, which are very, very important as far as development of our personality is concerned, and that's self-esteem and self-identity. Can anyone tell me what is self-esteem? What is your understanding of this word?
Ma'am, self-esteem is something how much you know about yourself, the way you react to things, and how you are reacting to situations particularly. Just knowing about yourself, if one word if you have to say.
Ma'am,
Yes,
maybe self-worth.
very good. Radhika and Deepika, both of you are
Ma'am,
correct. Yes.
confidence, how much we honor ourselves is considered as self-esteem.
Yes, a person with high
Personal.
self-esteem will also have high level of self-confidence. So as some of you said, it's our own opinion about yourself. How do we think about, you know, various situations? How do we react? It's also about self-worth, as you said, your worth. How much worth do you think you have? Your individual worth. Are you placing a value, a high level of value on your own self? Because some people, they underestimate themselves. They don't place a high level of worth on themselves, and then it brings down their confidence level. So there is a big connection between self-esteem and confidence level, right? If you put a low value on your abilities, you think negative, you say, oh, I can't do it, you know, this is something which I can't do, without even trying, right? uh, you're putting a low value on yourself, and that leads to low self-esteem, low level of confidence, right? And self-identity is nothing but your image, your self image. जैसे हिंदी में हम कहते हैं ना, आपकी पहचान, हर एक की एक अपनी पहचान है. And how do you see yourself? That's also self identity. How would you like to express your individuality? So self identity is about individuality. You all have your own persona, your own individual way to react on certain things or solve a particular problem, right? Or handle a particular situation. So this is your own unique identity, right? And that's what also personal development or personality development includes. Now, another thing which you can see is about awareness, self-awareness, or awareness about the being responsible. So when you have a positive personality, right, or people see you as positive person, that also means that you are a person who takes a sense of responsibility towards others in the society. They're very sensitive to the needs of others in the society, right? And they are aware of the needs of not just themselves, but of others also. And they have a concern or an empathetic attitudes towards others also. So they behave as responsible citizens also. Another thing that you can see as a component is talent development. Now, when we talk of personality development, it's very important for us to identify our skill sets and talent that we have. And you, as an individual, may have your unique talent, right? Some people are good at writing, some are good at drawing, some are good at singing, some are good at dancing, some are good at maybe cracking jokes. So you have to identify what talent you have and put your energy, your money, your effort into it to sharpen it, right? So, and when you do so, suppose you have your hobby and you chase after that dream or your hobby and you invest money into it, you may become expert into it. And there are people who may, develop their talents in such a manner that they may like to take it as a career also, nothing like it, right? Um, and we must not forget that personality development also includes your mental health, right? Your physical health. So in developing your personality, you also need to develop in, you know, you need to work on your physical appearance. When I say not just looks wise, but you have to invest in your health. You have to do exercise, you have to eat well, right? You have to also strengthen your mind, right? And make it positive. You have to think of the solutions to a problem and not just run away from the problem. So you have to make your mind very strong. And for that, there are various ways. This is something which is doable, which can be done, right? And there are various ways to do that. Okay, let's move ahead. So once you develop your personality, what are the outcomes? If you invest money, effort, energy into developing or shaping your own personality, you will have a high level of self-confidence. Your stress level and conflict level will also reduce. People will see you as a positive person. There'll be a lot of positivity in you, and you will have a high level of self-esteem also. Your worth towards yourself will also rise up, right? Plus, of course, when we talked about personality development, some of you indicated communication skills and your body language. So those are some of the skills which you develop. But when you talk of personality development, it's not just restricted to communication skills and body language, right? Your ability to manage time or leadership skill, as somebody said, that's also part of it. So overall, you are building up your skill sets, right? It leads to that as well. Now, how do we enhance our personality? How do we go about enhancing our personality? So, can somebody write some thoughts here? How do we go about building our personality?
Ma'am, I'm saying that if you meet everyone, is that like an extrovert person, you will know how they react to something and how they react to facts, and you can admire that in your life too.
Okay, you mean to say by interaction, through interaction, by networking.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Uh,
Ma'am,
Anybody
by
else?
ma'am by ma'am by working on all the points mentioned earlier.
Great. So, absolutely correct. Now let's pick up some points, right, which were discussed earlier. Let's pick up self-esteem. So if I want to build my self-esteem or boost self-esteem, by what all ways can I do that? If I want to
Ma'am,
go
first,
forward,
ma'am,
yeah.
first we should start respecting ourselves. Then we can, expect our self-esteem to be high. Sometimes people don't respect themselves and they expect others to respect them. So we should first start respecting ourselves.
Okay, great. Self-respect is what you are suggesting. That's absolutely correct, because if you respect your thoughts, you believe in your thoughts, right? Then only you can, tell your thoughts with confidence to others. But if you're very much skeptical and doubtful about your own thinking, whether you start doubting whether whatever I say or do is correct or not correct, and then what happens? it dips down your confidence level. It brings down your self-worth also. Yeah.
Ma'am, why stop wasting time on people who don't treat you well?
Absolutely correct. Um, that's a very good thought
Ma'am,
and a
forgive
very good
yourself.
suggestion.
Forgive yourself. I'm having a positive approach towards everything, whatever we do, whatever we see, whatever we are facing. Having a
That's
positive approach.
absolutely correct.
I was saying how enchanting as a person you are, that also really matters. And believing in yourself is the second thing which I would like to say here.
Yes. First thing first, believe in yourself, in your capabilities, right? Believe in who you are. Believe that you are a distinct person, a unique person with unique
Ma'am,
set of skill
ma'am,
sets.
also knowing the fact that nobody is perfect.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? You don't have to compare yourself with others. Okay, so first thing which I want to highlight here is, apart from whatever you all have said, doing a negative self-talk. Do you understand what does that mean? Avoid doing negative self-talk. Have a positive
Yes, ma'am.
self-talk, right? Have positive affirmations towards yourself. When you start saying I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, it sinks deep down in your mind and you start behaving like that. So whatever you feed in your mind is really, really very important, and it influences your behavior. And the behavior further will influence your actions, right? Then you start believing, yeah, I really can't do it. You have to rather do a positive self-talk, right? Maybe you can stand in front of mirror to start with and just speak to yourself. I'm sure some of you might be speaking to yourself, or not in the front of mirror, but in a day you might be talking to yourself,
Yes,
right?
ma'am, interviewing ourselves.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say is, please do a positive talk with yourself. Don't talk negative about yourself, right? So that's positive self-talk. And as we discussed earlier, communication skills is also part of personality development. So how to develop your communication skills? So there are a few areas which you should, consider here. One is have active listening abilities. If you don't have, then build on it, develop it. When I say active listening, when somebody is talking to you, be completely engaged and involved in it. It's not that you should be in your own world and you are in some other thoughts and something else is distracting your mind. Cut off from those distractions. And when someone is talking, give a listening ear to that person. Be completely, give your entire ear to that person, means listen to them very carefully what they are trying to say. And not just, sometimes you have to also listen through the emotions. You have to emotionally connect with the person, right? So do an active listening. That's one thing. Secondly, develop your confidence, boost your confidence level to present, right? Work on your body language. Your body language has to gel with whatever you speak. It's not that your actions or gestures are going in one direction and what you are speaking is going in another direction. They have to match with each other, right? And when you talk, please make sure that you're working on the tone, because it's not just about what you say, it's also about how you say it. That also matters. If we have to scold someone, but there is a way to scold someone, you just have to put the point across in a manner that it doesn't make the other person very offensive, right? So how you say also has to be considered when you are focusing on the communication skills or enhancing your communication skills.
Ma'am, having courtesy is important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to be courteous at the same time. You have to be humble at the same time. But yes, you have to put your point across in a very assertive manner and not an aggressive manner, right? So that's something which is to be learned. If We don't know how to do it. We have to learn it and develop upon it.
According to me, having an opinion is important because there's nothing tiresome than trying to someone who has no opinion on anything.
Yes, definitely. You all have your own opinions. You know, sometimes what we do, we want to avoid confrontation. We want to avoid confrontation with another person, and we don't get into a discussion or a debate. And that's also one type of personality. There are people based on their personality, they don't want to get into any sort of argument or confrontation because they are peacemakers. I'll be talking about peacemaker personality soon. So absolutely, in personality development, that's all. When you communicate, when you interact, it's not just you have to say yes to whatever the other person is. It's okay to disagree, right? Because we have to respect each other's thought. So very good point you have brought up here. Now let's come to the other thing, which is body language, which I've already talked about. Now in body language, what all comes? Your facial expressions. And when I say facial expression, smile is something very, very important, which you should maintain, right? Secondly, your eyes. When you're talking to somebody, sometimes, you know, we speak through our eyes. Eyes are, they speak a lot, right? So when somebody is talking to you or you're talking to someone, there has to be an, uh, eye to eye contact. I don't mean staring. You don't have to stare the person at the person, but yes, uh, blink your eyes a little. And when you are talking to a large audience in a public, have a proper scan so that nobody is felt left out. Because when you are not looking at them, they feel left out and there is a disconnect that happens then. So in body language also includes, you know, the way you do your handshakes. It has to be firm. I'm not saying you have to hurt the other person. It should not be that firm, right? But firm, uh, so that the other person gets the good grip of your hand, right? And there's a way to do that. It's altogether a different chapter. In fact, each of these areas, communication skills, body language, there is a lot to talk about in each and every aspect. Today, we are just covering what all goes into personality development. And again, in body language, the way you sit, the way you stand, you have to stand with the right posture, straight, right? You don't, and when you sit, you don't have to slouch. So body language encompasses all these facial expressions. Uh, it's a silent language. Your hand gestures is again a part of it. The way you stand is also a part of it, which of course we'll be gradually covering in detail. Now, this is nothing but grooming. Now, grooming again is part of personality development. Your hair should be neatly tied up, right? Neatly done, especially for the formal settings, right? Your clothes should be ironed, your nails should be chopped, right? Your shoes should be polished well. These are basic things which you have been learning since your childhood and you've been born and brought up like that. But these are basic yet important things, especially in formal meetings or formal setups. And you have to match the right attire with the occasion. So what you see now is nothing but, again, an extension of the grooming. Uh, Definitely, you all can explore your styles, right? You have to see the body shape and what will suit you, which color will suit you. And sometimes it should not be that we should stop exploring or experimenting with something new. Maybe something different will suit you, but explore till the time you find or your own style, right? And you are able to express your individuality through your own style. So uh, in this picture, what I'm trying to tell you is being responsible towards others, or how you interact with others, right? So you have to be very polite, when you speak to others. You don't have to, get involved in gossips. You have to have a soft tone. You don't have to be loud, right? And as I said, when you're talking to somebody, be empathetic towards them, especially when the topic is something which is very, very emotional. So you have to relate with the other person. As I said, it's not just about what you speak, it's also about how you speak. So that awareness should be there in you, how to interact with others, communicate with others. Those etiquettes have to be there. Last but not the least, personality development, as I already said, includes your mental health and your fitness. So you have to work on it, right? You have to work on your diet, which you take. You have to work on the exercise plan you should have, right, to stay healthy. Because a healthy mind and body is needed for healthy thoughts. There is a connection between your heart, your body, your mind, and soul. And we have to work on all of these to be a positive person, right? Or have a positive personality. So now next, what is upcoming is a small exercise for you, right? I hope this slide is very, very clearly visible because I can't see the full screen. It's visible to me in a very miniature form, right? So what is there on the screen is 9 different personality types, right? As per Enneagram, this is one of the techniques. Similarly, there is, Myers-Briggs trait theory, and they have defined 5 personality types. Some of the psychologists have 4 personality types, but I have picked up this Enneagram's 9 personality types. Now, these personality types include the perfectionist. Some people are perfectionists. Some are coming under category of the helper. Some fall in the category of the achiever, romantic, observer, questioner, adventurer, asserter, and peacemaker. These are 9 personality types. So I have a question for you, a small exercise, and that we'll do very quickly because I'm sure you will be able to quickly solve this. What you can see is 9 different types along with their characteristics, right? You have to do a mix and match. So you have to tell me type 1 is which one, type 2 is which one amongst these 9 personality types. So let's start. So type 1.
Ma'am, I guess it's the achiever, the type one.
So I'll have to read it very carefully because it's coming very small for me. Sensible, orderly, self-disciplined, serious, punctual, idealistic. So
The
who
perfectionist.
said it? Achiever? Can I get the name? Who was it?
Ma'am, Ria.
Ria. Ria, think again.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, the
I think the
perfectionist.
perfectionist.
Sorry, beta, I can't get.
I think
Ma'am, the
it's
Ma'am,
perfectionist.
I
perfectionist.
think type 1 is perfectionist. Type 1
Yes,
Absolutely
is
ma'am, the
correct.
perfectionist.
perfectionist.
Very good. Perfectionist. Let me show
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Example. All of you are aware of Mr. Narayan Murthy, founder
Yes,
of
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Infosys.
Yes, ma'am.
He comes under the category of perfectionist. And
Yes,
these
ma'am.
people are very principled, purposeful, self-control. And they set high standards for themselves. And if they're not able to meet those standards which they've set for themselves, then their confidence becomes low because they want everything perfect. Okay, let's come to another type. Type 2.
Ma'am, the helper.
Ma'am, the helper.
Very good, the helper. You all are aware of Mother Teresa. She comes under this category, right? These people are very friendly, very generous, self-sacrificing, right? But they will face problem because they are not able to say no. Sometimes it's good to say no to certain things, right? But just because you want to help the other person, you don't say no. and then you go out of the way, and then your energy gets drained out, right, by overdoing things. Okay, let's next come to category 3.
Ma'am, the
Ma'am,
achiever.
achiever.
I'm the achiever.
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 Okay, let me read it out. Goal oriented, ambitious, charming, organized, image conscious. Okay, yes, achiever. Sachin Tendulkar is one of the examples, right? But such people face problem when they are not able to put up something efficiently and they're incompetent at it, so they feel let down with such kind of emotions. They fear failure. Okay, let's come to type 4. Romantic.
Ma'am, the romantic.
Romantic. Ma'am,
Romantic.
romantic.
Yeah.
Same one.
Who is this?
Don't
Who's this
know.
person?
MF
Of
Hussain.
persona? MF Hussain. Who is MF Hussain? He's an artist.
Yes, ma'am, artist.
Very good. Here also the first word is giving you an indication. Observant, studious, logical, perceptive, analyzer, and unsentimental. Let's see.
Observe.
Example. Who's this person?
Einstein.
Einstein.
Very good. And
Einstein.
such people, they face a problem when they're not sure about the cause and effect relationship, just like scientists are. They observe very carefully. And when they are not sure of the situation and not able to understand the relation between what caused it and what kind of outcomes are there, then they, they face a problem there.
The questionnaire.
Reliable, cautious, and what? Loyal?
I think the assertive.
Ma'am, the questioner.
Type 6 is
The
questioner.
questionnaire.
Okay, questioner. Let's see. Wow. And who is she?
She's an actor.
What's her name?
Shabana Azmi.
Very good. Quick. So such people, they fear failure. They have little confidence in their own ability. They question a lot. They, question almost everything. And they're very critical about themselves when they don't live up to their own expectations. Just like, perfectionist, they set high standards. And when they don't meet their own standards, then um, they get this feeling of incompetency. But these people, they question everything. They're critical about everything. ऐसे क्यों हुआ, वैसे क्यों हुआ, that's type. Okay. Let's come to
Ma'am,
type 7.
the adventurer.
The
I'm the
adventurer.
adventurous.
Okay, let me read out. Spontaneous, fun-loving, adventurous, extrovert. Yes, this is adventure. Let's see.
The adventurer.
Who is this person?
Vijay Malia.
Yes. So these people are energetic, lively, and optimistic, and they don't have enough time to do all the things they want to do in life. And if they face problem when they're not able to do whatever they have planned for or adventure they have planned for. Okay, let's come to next type.
The asserter.
Yes,
Very
ma'am, the
good.
assertor.
Very
The
good.
asserter.
Confident,
So,
decisive, confrontational. These people confront, by the way. They stand up for others. They are protective also. They are also called as protector because they stand up for others' rights. Indira Gandhi, right? Assertive types. These people are self-dependent, self-confident. They're very bold and courageous. They become restless and impatient with others, right? If they don't receive appreciation for their good work. Let's come to the last one.
the peacemaker.
I'm the peacemaker.
Good.
Peacemaker.
Accepting, easygoing, patient, imaginative, and natural. Peacemaker. Absolutely correct. You all are very, very intelligent. Before me telling you, you told everything. Good. I'm so happy. So that's the peacemaker for you. Who's this person?
Atal
Atal
Bihari
Bihari
Vajpayee.
Vajpayee.
Yeah, the former Prime Minister, Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. right? They are kind-hearted people, but they face a problem when, you know, the person is misunderstood as indecisive person, and they are sensitive to criticism and may take it personally. So that was my last slide, and I think I finished on time. There's 10 minutes left for question and answers. Before that, I would like to ask you, could you relate yourself with any type of personalities, the 9 type of personality? Just one, few people can quickly type in the chat box, which type of personality do you relate with? So I would be happy to see that out of the 9 personality types. Just few names.
Ma'am,
Anshul,
what if
perfect.
we
Yes.
have 8 characters? Ma'am, what if we have 8 characters among them?
Can you, I mean, do you think you will have a combination of 8 types?
Yeah, kind of. I can relate. To some extent, I have.
Where do you fall maximum? Where maximum of your characteristics, in which category it falls? Most of the time you are behaving in which personality type? Pick up that one, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So Parth
The
is
helper.
peacemaker, Samriddhi is adventurer. So, you know, in marketing, what we do, we can also categorize the market, consumer market, depending upon the commonalities in the personality. So in your class only, I can club all the adventurers together, peacemakers together, helpers together, right? I can do the group formation accordingly. Uh, but when you go to Enneagram, just type on Google Enneagram. You can also study more which personality type will gel with which kind of personality type. Or if I want to see the relation between personality type 1 with personality type 1, how will it come out to be? What will be the positives and negatives? You can even find out that whether personality 1 will gel most with personality 9 or with 8 or with 7. You can just find that out. It's a very good website to explore. So thank you so much. I've ended this session. That was my last slide. Thank you for the interaction, for your participation. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much, ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you so much, madam. As usual, I know that if you will be here, students will be asking lots of questions. And with this, I just invite my students for anything which you want to speak or you want to ask. Students, you can unmute yourself and you can ask, madam.
Ma'am, should I go ahead with the question?
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, as a media professional, we are the product in the market. So how to tell people about ourselves in a best way, and how can we sell ourselves in a best way, as a media professional?
How can you talk more about yourself? And when you say talking about yourself, you basically want to highlight your talent, your skill set, right? And any media person is known to be a good communicator too. So you have to be vocal about your work. And how can you showcase your work? Make use of the social media, the right media to showcase your work and let the world know. So this is also part of personal branding, something called as personal branding, right? You can create your blogs, you can create your own Instagram stories, right? You can definitely uh, have a Facebook page. So all I'm talking about is you have to reach out to the right set of people, right community, and on LinkedIn also. You know, you have these communities whom with you can network. Being students of journalism and media, there are communities for media also. So you can build your network amongst this community and then share your work with each other. You can also go for collaborative projects, right? So uh, that's how you can share your work and talk about your work, being a media person.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have
Thank you,
I
ma'am, for
answered your
answering that.
question, or is there anything which you were
Yes, ma'am.
expecting?
Ma'am, yes, I was expecting something related to LinkedIn that you already have put in here. That
All
seems
right, Ravi.
beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other question? I will be more than happy to
Yes,
help.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. May I ask, ma'am?
Yes, Imrana.
Ma'am, how can we control our short temperament? I mean, being in a media field, how we can control it?
It's a very, very, very good question. And I would say, how I would share my personal experience of how I controlled my temperament. So I read a lot about it, how to control my anger. One good thing to do is to start counting, right? Not loudly within yourself till the time you cool down. The next best thing I do is I don't. I'm not. I have gained a control over my anger. I know how to manage. It was long back. I think during my college days, right? But I've changed a lot. I've transformed a lot. And as I told you, you need to work on your personality. You have to take conscious steps towards the improvement. So one thing which I do constantly, I don't know whether you can see my glass of water or not. I consume a lot of water to keep myself cool, right? So when I move into the classroom, every student will see Ritu Jain, ma'am, carrying a water bottle all the time. So I take sips of water, frequently. That keeps me cool and it's good for body also. So those were two strategies I can suggest: counting and drinking a lot of water.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
My
afternoon.
my name is Gaurav Sarkar. Ma'am, my question is, ma'am, why do we get motivated every time? Means,
Why do we get motivated, or why to
yes,
get motivated?
ma'am, why do we get means why to be motivated every time? Means, like अगर हमारे अंदर खुद सेल्फ मोटिवेशन है तो हमें बाहर से मोटिवेशन क्यों चाहिए? जैसे we all watch संदीप महेश्वरी videos and the next moment we all realize कि हाँ 5 मिनट के लिए तो वो कॉन्फिडेंस आया बट उसके बाद में हम भूल जाते हैं। तो अगर वी सेल्फ बिल्ड सेल्फ मोटिवेशन इन आवर सेल्फ देन उन सब की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी ना मैम।
सो जब हम साइकोलॉजी में पढ़ते हैं, दो तरह की मोटिवेशंस होती हैं: इंट्रिंसिक यानी जो खुद से आती है अंदर से, राइट, और एक एक्सट्रिंसिक यानी बाहर से। अब आपका सवाल है, जब हम अंदर से ही मोटिवेटेड हैं, दैट ड्राइव इज विद इन अस, दैट पॉजिटिविटी इज विद इन अस, गुड। इफ पॉजिटिविटी इज विद इन यू, it's good that you spread out that positivity, make use of that, make others happy then, right? So if you think you are a highly motivated individual, you are highly positive, you are a charming person who keeps smiling, then why don't you share your happiness and your smile and positivity with others? Let others learn from you. And the question is, why should we then watch others? It's just that we all are unique individuals. Sometimes by observing others, we get to learn so much from others, right? Some simple things, because they are unique in themselves. You are unique in themselves. But when we look at others as examples, we do get inspiration from them, right? We can always pick up good points from them and not and negate all the points which are not good in them. No need to absorb everything from others, right? But कुछ तो अच्छा होगा किसी में, right? जो हम ले सकते हैं as an inspiration. But आपको लगता है कि हाँ, you are highly motivated, then I would suggest, please spread your positivity with that smile on you to others also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I actually wanted to ask how to control the anxiety we get when we, do public speaking or when we speak in front of a larger audience, like you're talking to us. How do we control that kind of an anxiety we get? Sometimes we get anxious while speaking or before we start speaking. So how to control that?
Ria, very good question. Anxiety. Anxiety comes when we lack confidence. ठीक है बेटा? But confidence को build किया जा सकता है. How? by practicing. So, when you know your subject very well, and by knowing your subject means being confident in it. To be confident in it means to have a grip on it, to really get deeper into it and to understand the inside out of it. That needs a lot of investment of time, energy, and effort into getting a grip on a particular subject or whatever topic you want to talk about in public or maybe with somebody else. If you expand your knowledge and you read a lot and prepare yourself well, then there'll be high level of confidence in you, right? And with that high level of confidence, the anxiety level will go down. All you need to do is practice, rehearse, prepare, spend time, effort. Maybe that thing will not come once or maybe in the second attempt, but gradually, when you make a conscious effort to do it again and again and again, you will overcome this fear in you or anxiety in you. So you have to overcome it. And also, one thing which I talked about some time back, it also comes through positive self-talk. You have to say every day to yourself, I'm a confident person and I lack nothing. I have no fear in me. Start saying that to yourself rather than saying, I'm not a confident person. I'll get anxious when I come across a person whom I don't know or when I stand in public. If you talk positively to yourself, and just talking positively to yourself will not work, along with that, you need to work at it. You need to put your effort in it. You need to practice, right? So hope I've answered your question, Ria.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. It helped a
Well,
lot.
thank you. Thank you for that
Ma'am,
question. Yeah.
ma'am, what should we do so that we do not feel bad about the words of others? As we are media student, that's why I've asked.
Okay. Can somebody force you to absorb whatever they are speaking?
No, ma'am.
Isn't it in your control what
Yes,
to
ma'am.
take and what not to take inside you?
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it your choice that you make?
Yes,
Choices are
ma'am.
what makes or breaks a person. I believe in that, right? It's your choice which movie to watch. It's your choice whom to make your friend, whom to hang around with. It's your choice to whether to take other person's negative words in you or avoid it. You have to be strong. There has to be a boundary which you have to set yourself. Enough. That's something which I cannot take and I refuse to take, right?
Yes,
Be
ma'am.
firm, be assertive, but don't be aggressive. That's why I said, if you don't want to take what others are saying, listen to them, but don't take it. You can say, however, I have a different point of view, right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome.
मैम
Yes.
मैं एक पॉइंट रखना चाहूंगी जैसे आपने बोला से आपने एक पॉइंट रखा सेल्फ एस्टीम यानी कि हम लोग खुद खुद से अपने आप को एक्सेप्ट करें अगर ये बड़े पैमाने पे देखें तो हमें अपने कल्चर को भी खुद से एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए जैसे आज विश्व हिंदी दिवस है और मैंने देखा शुरुआत से पूरा लेक्चर इंग्लिश में हुआ है एंड इवन मेरे कलीग्स भी इंग्लिश को ही प्रेफरेंस दे रहे हैं तो मेरा ये मानना है कि अगर एक मतलब इंडिविजुअल तौर पे अगर हम अपने आप को प्रेफरेंस देने का बात कर रहे हैं तो बड़े स्तर पे भी देना चाहिए हम अपने कल्चर को नहीं एक्सेप्ट करेंगे तो बाहरी दुनिया हमारे कल्चर को क्या ही एक्सेप्ट करेगी वो तो थू थू ही करेगी ना ये
बिल्कुल
मेरा
सही
point
कह रहे हो। हमें प्राउड होना चाहिए अपने कल्चर, है ना?
यस मैम
डेफिनेटली। और हम दिखाएंगे कि हम प्राउड हैं और दिल से दिखाएंगे कि हम प्राउड है तो अगला बंदा भी वो ही चीज लेगा जो हम दिखा रहे हैं। पता है ये बहुत चीज इंपॉर्टेंट होती है, हम अपने आप को किस तरह से दिखाते हैं। अगर आप अपने आप को स्ट्रॉन्ग पर्सन दिखाओगे तो अदर पर्सन तो वही देखेगा ना जो आप में दिख रहा है। अगर आप अपना नेगेटिव फेस दिखाओगे या लो कॉन्फिडेंस वाला फेस दिखाओगे तो अगला बंदा भी वही देख रहा है ना जो आप अपने आप का दिखा रहे हो. सो ये टोटली आप पे है कि आप कौन सा चेहरा दिखाना चाहते हो लोगों को.
वही मैं कहना चाह रही थी कि मुझे पहले हमें अपने आप को एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा एज एन इंडिविजुअल, और बड़े पैमाने पे भी, चाहे वो किसी भी वे में हो, किसी भी पर्सपेक्टिव में हो, लैंग्वेज हो, कल्चर हो, कुछ भी हो, तो सबसे पहले
यस. तो आप अनन्या यही कहना चाह रहे हो कि हमें पहले अपने आप से प्यार करना चाहिए. We should love ourselves. We should accept ourselves the way we are. The way we are. Right?
Yes.
And it's, you know, कई बार हम बदलना चाहते हैं, दूसरों के लिए बदलना चाहते हैं. नहीं, हम कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स पे डेवलप करना चाहते हैं क्योंकि ऐसा हम चाहते हैं. ये मुझे अच्छा फील कराएगा. राइट? शो ऑफ के लिए नहीं, बट अगर मैं कम्युनिकेशन पे ग्रिप करती हूं तो मे बी मैं अगले की बात अच्छे से समझ पाऊंगी और अपनी बात अगले से अच्छे से कर पाऊंगी, अपनी डेवलपमेंट के लिए, किसी और को दिखाने के लिए नहीं.
yes.
तो जितनी बातें की हमने खुद को डेवलप करने के लिए, और आप खुद को डेवलप करोगे तो ऑब्वियसली आपके आसपास की दुनिया खुद ही बदल जाएगी. आपके लोगों का नजरिया आपकी तरफ बदल जाएगा.
खुद को डेवलप करने के लिए हमें सबसे पहले अपने कल्चर को पकड़े रहना पड़ेगा. दैट्स माय पॉइंट.
Yes, Ananya, absolutely correct.
Thank you.
Ma'am, can I add a?
Yes, sure.
We don't have to speak in Hindi 24/7 to show others that we are accepting our culture. मैम जरूरी नहीं है हम कोई भी लैंग्वेज बोले. ऐसे तो फिर मैम अगर somebody's mother tongue is Malayali or Tamil and I can't understand Malayali or Tamil, I have to speak in the common language which everybody understands. I guess we have to accept our culture in our hearts. It's in our heart. Culture is in your heart, not in your surroundings, I guess.
So culture is another topic. It's a set of values, beliefs that we hold, right? Now, what you are saying is language. Language is just part of culture. And communication का basic purpose ही यही है कि हम एक दूसरे को समझ पाए. जब आप बात एक आपने कहा कि एक कॉमन लैंग्वेज पकड़नी पड़ती है जो मेरे को भी समझ में आए और अगले बंदे को भी पसंद है. ये नहीं कि आप जबरदस्ती कोई एक पर्टिकुलर लैंग्वेज बोल रहे हो. पर्पस क्या है? कम्युनिकेशन. अपनी
Yes, ma'am.
मैसेज को
That's my
समझाना. क्या?
Yes, ma'am.
So हाँ, definitely what Ananya is trying to say is just respecting our own self and our own culture. I think that's the point she's trying to make, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Just to remind the student that we have shared two forms with you. You all are requested to fill those two forms. And I think that, is there any question from the student side? Thank you so much, madam. And with this, now I just wish to wrap up the session. Indeed, it's a very wonderful session. And the slides, the presentation, the examples, the way you have delivered, the way you have interacted and answered the question, absolutely wonderful. And we always enjoy listening you. At the same time, it sometimes also, I mean, it removes the shackle also, that stereotypes which we are always, encircled with. So thank you so much, madam, for giving your precious time to us and sharing your wisdom here. And I'm sure the students are going to learn a lot. And thank you, Monica, for arranging this session. And before I really wrap up, I just wish to ask some of the students to give a verbal feedback to madam in the session itself. So can I request few of the verbal feedbacks from the students? Of course, we have shared a feedback form which you are going to share. But if anyone wish to speak and tell these about the session, just one or two line, you are kindly unmute yourself and speak. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Session was very good, and the way we got the knowledge in this 50 minutes was really like a compressive manner of getting a knowledge in a very wide manner, and it really opened me up to think about myself more and my personality more.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Radhika, and thank you so much, madam. See, this is the outcome. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Ma'am, thank you so much for taking this class. It was very good, very helpful as well. Thank you, ma'am.
Akanshi, Arushi, and Gaurav for giving your individual feedback. It was really enlightening in the sense it really lifted me up. And I want to thank Monica and Dr. Nivitatta ma'am to give me this opportunity to be with young minds once again. Always looking forward to be with them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam. So students, now we are wrapping up. We have already shared 2 forms with you. I hope that you are filling those 2 forms. And very soon we are going to meet on some other platform with some other discussion. Hopefully, maybe it's the same madam or maybe some other person. Till then, goodbye. Take good care of yourself. Love your mom and dad. Thank you so much and goodbye.